How's it going, guys? I'm just here to give a quick overview of my LFOEX object. It's actually completely Will Perkle's code. He's my instructor for plugins. He has us designing an Echoplex plugin, and one of the components or one of the modules is what we call an LFOEX, which takes or inherits most of its functionality from the LFO object, as well as the oscillator parameters, which allows us to generate certain types of waveforms as well as the frequency of those waveforms. So real quick, just to go over his object, I have 4 knobs coming in that I'm using or adjusting output amplitude, the starting phase of the signal, and the ability to have a randomized phase. And then what you don't see is the frequency of the oscillator, which is forwarded into oscillator parameters. This oscillator currently is using a triangle wave, but this is also adjustable. But for this unit in specific, I just left it as a triangle wave. Then we go into the class. It's inherited from the LFO object. Here we are resetting the object, and that consists of creating the randomized phase, which is equal to a white noise signal that we are inheriting, I believe, from noisegen.h, or maybe that's just a functionality. Oh, never mind. It comes from FX objects. But anyway, it's a white noise signal that controls the randomized phase of LFOEX. Keep going. We have output stage, where we have 4 possible outputs. We have normal output, inverted output, and then quad phase output, negative and positive. And all of these are adjusted or multiplied by our output amplitude. So you can either grow or lessen the signal. And this is one of our knobs that I showed in the structure above. Finally, we're just setting the parameters into our LFOEX object, as well as setting our parameters into the LFO object we're inheriting LFOEX from. And then finally, these are just our local variables. We have LFOEX parameters and the sample rate here, which is dependent on whatever we're using signal-wise in RackAfx. So just a quick demo to show that it's working. I have a 60 Hz signal. I set this up before. 60 Hz signal, no random phase, and start phase of 0. You can bring the signal down a little bit so we don't see clipping. Yeah, there you go. There's a triangle wave right there. You can grow it, get a little bit of clipping out of it. Bring it down. Yeah, that's practically it.